Welcome to another installment of Spin the Wheel. Hope you're excited for some B-side Magic gameplay. But before we jump into the video, I wanted to give a birthday shout out to Echoes Music and Kid Javos. Both of you requested a birthday video for today, and unfortunately I did not have enough time to do the actual commander that you requested. I've been gone since last Wednesday, and I got in last night, so I'm a little bit tired, and I didn't have time to record because I've been unpacking and getting caught up on work and stuff like that. So I at least wanted to give you a happy birthday shout out and give you all an explanation as far as why I don't have a daily gameplay video for you, but I will probably going to pick it back up on Wednesday, and they'll be good to go from there and get some nice Rivals of Exelon stuff going. So I'm really excited about that, and I wanted to wish y'all a happy birthday and hope you enjoy the series. All right, bye. Welcome to the Scorpion God. I hope you're excited to get some good removal going. I always enjoy that. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I'm doing a keep on this one. We've got Thought Vessel, get down the swamp. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and keep. We do have Tormenting Voice. Yeah, I don't mind that. Necroskidder is actually a lot of fun with the Scorpion God. And our opponent is on the play, we'll let them do their thing. We are playing the Scorpion God. Whenever a creature with a -1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Then for 3 mana, put a -1 counter on another target creature. Whenever the Scorpion God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Let's go and get the swamp down. Anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Animar, Soul of Elements. Protection from white and black whenever protection from white and black, it's doubled on there. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1 counter on Animar, Soul of Elements. Creature spells you cast cost 1 to cast for each +1 counter on Animar. There we go. All right, kick it over to our opponent, let them do their thing. We cover both commanders. It is free time. We can talk about whatever we want, and hopefully what we're going to talk about is us drawing another land so we can get down the Rakdos Signet and then go for the Thought Vessel instead of having to bounce it back to the hand. But if we had to bounce the swamp back to the hand, it's not going to be the end of the world if we have to get that down. But yes, as far as Necroskidder goes, it will be a little hard to get Animar on our side of the battlefield. But getting down Necroskidder, basically it says whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1 on counter dies, return that card to the battlefield under our control. So if our opponent's going to be getting out a bunch of little 1-drops and 2-drops, we can start putting some -1 counters on there, bring them back onto our side of the board. Some good magic right there. We're drawn to Polluted Delta. Yes, beautiful. Let's go and get that down. Let's go and crack the Polluted Delta. Let's go and grab a black-red source off that one. Let's go and grab a Badlands. Coming to play untapped. Let's go and get down the Rakdos Signet. It's going to be 1 and 2. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So hopefully we can keep making the lane drops without having to get this down to bounce the lane back to the hands. But at least we can go for Thought Vessel next turn. And if we can somehow kind of clear the board from our opponent, we do have To the Slaughter, so we can actually target our opponent with To the Slaughter and make them sacrifice Animar to kind of get around that protection from black, which will be a little bit hard for us to deal with. All right, opponent is going to be swinging for 1, which will put us down to 28. And then we see what we draw into. But yes, it's been a long time since I played the Scorpion God. I really enjoy it. It's definitely more of my my grindier matches. Tend to make for a longer game, and as we just get rid of everything off the battlefield, it's always good. Do you want to go for the Forbidden Orchard? It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go and get that down. Let's go for Thought Vessel. Let's tap the swamp. Go Rakdos Signet. Go for Thought Vessel. And you know what? I think we're okay. I'm okay with doing that. We could get down Yeah, I like doing that. Let's get down Necroskidder. It's going to be black. They're going to get a spirit token off of that, but that's going to be okay. Get a colorless spirit token. I don't think we're just dead yet to Animar. Oh, man, I don't really play a ton against Animar, or at least I do. I get comboed off really quick, so I'm always really, I guess skittish, that would be the word, against Animar. I'm just really afraid that we're just going to lose to the, what is it, an Ancestral Statue? I think that's what it is, where they just keep bouncing it up and then getting a really big Animar. But with us getting down Necroskidder, that's going to be good. Now with the Forbidden Orchard, it's actually really good in the Scorpion God. So we're going to be putting spirits on our opponent's side of the board. But basically it's going to be a good mana sink for us to kind of start putting those -1 counters on those creatures, just to kind of turn it into card draw. And really good. All right, opponent's going to get down a Dream Stalker. Enters the battlefield for return to permanent control to its owner's hand. Okay, let's see what they're going to go for on that one. I guess technically they could bounce the Sylvan Ranger back to the hand. I can't really see them bouncing... or they'll just bounce it back to their own hand. See what they target off of that. It says return a... Yeah, they do bounce the elf back to the hand. And they're going to get down Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, get that down. They're going to swing in. Now, the Animar does have protection from black, so we're not going to be able to block with the Necroskidder. But we can at least stop the Spirit Token from swinging across. Or if they do swing in the Bloodbraid Elf, we'll be able to chump block on that. Okay, so they are only swinging with Animar. It's going to put us down to 25. And we're doing okay on the clock, too, which is good. Let's see what we draw into. Draw into Smoldering Marsh. and we only have one basic on the battlefield right now. Now, as far as how much mana we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go for the Scorpion God if we want to. I think I like that. We get into spots where we can go for the Sword of Fire and Ice next turn, get that on the Scorpion God, start swinging in, kind of dealing some of that damage to some of our opponent's creatures. I think I like that. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go for the Scorpion God. Let's get our mana tapped out. Tap the Rakdos Signet, get the Thought Vessel tapped out, and tap the Forbidden Orchard, because either way, the Rakdos or that one's going to come into play tapped. Okay, get a colorless 1/1 Spirit token. Let's go for the Scorpion God. And that just kind of turns us online for getting those -1 counters with Necro Skitter. Let's go ahead and get down. I guess we'll just go and bounce the Swamp back to the hand. Yes, bounce that back to the hand. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, as far as this deck goes, I always love playing it because it's really grindy. You know, usually in some of my commander decks, I'll kind of skimp on basic building blocks. If you saw my CDC video this week, like our opponent got down opposition or whatever that spell was, and I was like, we just don't. I don't have a way to deal with it. So you just gotta have to go wide like that. And I really do. I enjoy building commander decks that go really wide. So if you've ever seen some of my decks and Jolt, why don't you have Naturalized in there? Why don't you have Reclamation Sage? Like, that's on purpose. I like building commander decks that just roll through stop signs. You know, sometimes if you build up enough speed, you can roll through a stop sign and not get bad. You'll get to whatever your destination is if you have enough speed. But sometimes you pay for it. So luckily in that video, I'm not trying to ruin anything, but luckily we kind of squeezed out from underneath that one. All right, opponent's going to get down a Morph creature. But yes, I love building decks that sometimes you simply don't have an answer for anything. Now, our opponent's going hog wild with creatures. One thing that we definitely do need would be a board wipe. That would be great to kind of just clear this entire board state up. As far as mana goes next turn, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have 7 total mana. So as far as what creatures we can bring back the Jungle Delver. If we go for that, we'll be able to bring that back. Animar sitting at about an 8/8 right now. We'll see what they're going to go for. They're actually getting down the Conduit of Ruin. But it's going to go for Holy Hell. All right, man. We'll see what that's going to yield off of that. Get the +1 counter. That'll make it an 8/8. They go for Ulamog, which is going to be a 10/10. And they've got the Drake in the hand. Let's go and cross off the Lano Reborn, I think. All right, opponent's going to be swinging in for 9. I guess I like leaving Necro Skitter on this one. Yeah, let's go and do that. I think we can take a hit on this one. Yep, swing in. Swing in for 9 is going to be 12 total commander damage. Puts us down to 16. And we rip into another swamp. Let's go and go for Tormenting Voice. See if we can't kind of stir up off this one. We'll go and discard discard one of the swamps. Draw 2 cards. Hopefully, we're looking for a board wipe at this point right now. Ooh, wonderful. Toxic Deluge. I'll take that. Let's go and get the swamp down. And that's going to be us getting rid of an entire board state. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Oh, no, excuse me, we have Crux of Fate in the hand. We just ripped into that. I just saw Toxic Deluge and got really excited. We can go for Crux of Fate. Yeah, let's go and get the swamp down. Did we push in with the Scorpion God? Yeah, why not? Let's go and go for it. Let's push in with the Scorpion God. That was wonderful. I was looking for a board wipe and got 2 of them. All right, we're going to push in with the Scorpion God. See if they offer up any blocks on this one. It's going to be a 6/5 body. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it goes to the graveyard instead of the command zone. That way we're going to get it back, depending on how they kind of go for some blocks. You know, at this point right now, with us swinging with the Scorpion God, let's say our opponent might be watching out for some sort of +1 counter tricks that we might be able to go for. But if they're going to double Spirit block, that's perfectly fine with us. All right, get the whole crew blocking on that one. Yeah, that's fine. They're going to get a card draw. Let's go ahead and make sure that the Scorpion God goes to the graveyard instead of the command zone. Graveyard, not the command zone. Okay. Going to take care of all those creatures. And that's fine. All right. Sad Robot is going to go into the bin. They're going to get a card draw off that one. And on this one, we can actually just go and tap the Forbidden Orchard. It's not going to matter. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. Tap for black. Get the Rakdos Signet going. The Top Vessel. And let's go and make sure that colorless token gets onto the battlefield. Okay, we're going to go for Crux of Fate, destroy all non-dragon creatures. It's going to be our opponent's entire board state. And we'll kind of get this revealed zone cleared up just a little bit. All right, got it cleared out. Let me kick it over to our opponent. We do know that Ulamog is in Wheelbender. All right, we do know that Ulamog is in our opponent's hand. So let's go and cross the island off. The Drake might still be in their hand, possibly. The Void Winnower, I don't know what that got revealed off. We'll go and cross off the Flooded Grove. The dragon opponent's going to go for Animar. Okay. Now, if that's all they get out there, we're online for 2 the slaughter, so we'll probably end up casting that if that's what they're going to go for. Why'd the Scorpion God go back to the command zone? I thought we clicked it to go. That's weird. I clicked on it, but maybe I accidentally clicked off it again or something like that. That's a bummer. Okay, just now realized that. And then we draw into Arid Mesa. Let's go ahead and get the Smoldering Marsh down. Let's go ahead and go for the Sword of Fire and Ice. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's stick with that just a little bit differently. Filter mana. Let's go tap the swamp down. Let's go for Sword of Fire and Ice. There we go. All right. Anything else? Yeah, we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. I guess we could go for 2 the slaughter right now. Might be walking into some sort of counter spell. I feel if we're going to go for it, we need to do it now. Before they get, maybe they draw into something else next turn or tap with some extra mana. All right, we're going to go for 2 the slaughter. Make them sacrifice a creature. Then it's going to get around the protection from black, which is the main thing. And that's going to be the second time it's been sent back to the command zone. So we're looking at, it's going to be 5, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we'll be able to cast it again. Let's go and cross the mountain off that. And then we'll leave that up right now. All right, opponent's going to go for Animar. And with it being a 1-1, we'll feel pretty safe going for a Toxic Deluge. I'm okay with that. I just love that Animar is just running into the wall on this one. Black Sun Zenith. Well, we'll actually go for that. It's going to be a lot better. Okay, now if we're going to go for Black Sun Zenith for 1, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to be 9 total mana. It's going to be the Scorpion God. It's going to be 7 total mana. Let's go and do this. So let's go Black Sun Zenith for 2, for 3. Excuse me. Tap down Rakdos. I'll take care of Animar. Oh, that feels good. I love it. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 6. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up. I don't know if I'll post this one up, but I may post it in some other video or something like that. It feels good to kind of put Animar out behind the woodshed. All right, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks, bye. Welcome to the Darien Pain Army. I hope you're excited to bring the pain. Hope you're ready to bring the pain. As far as opening hand goes, love it. Ancient Tomb, Worn Powerstone, Mother of Runes, Recruit of the Guard, love it. We would get that down. We have a damage source for Darien to get those soldier tokens going. Oh, yes. Let's go and get the plains down. Let's go for Mother of Runes. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Darien, King of Kjeldor. Whenever you're dealt damage, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. They're beautiful. I love it. Playing against some partner action should be fun. Silas Wren, Seeker Adept. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they can take the Worn Power Stone. That's not the end of the world. Death Touch, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. But it does go for Recruiter of the Guard, which is A-okay. It's fine with me. Let's go and get the Ancient Tomb down. Put us online for Worn Power Stone. I like it. Let's go for that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then tap that down. Get the Worn Power Stone down. We got line for like a turn 3 Darien, I think. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heck yeah. Playing against Tana, the Bloodsower. Trample. Whenever Tana deals combat damage to a player, create that mini 1/1 green sapling creature token. So, got a little bit of artifact. Got a little bit of creature tokens out there. See if they get down. Kind of show for it. But welcome to the Pain Army. Hope you're ready to bring 110%. We're going to have some fun today. We do have Oblivion Ring. Actually, going to take care of that Blitter Blossom. But with protection from black and red, that's something definitely... Yeah, we'll actually go and leave that. I think that's okay. Let's go and get the plains down. Yeah, let's go for Darien. I like that. We're going to miss out on some soldiers this turn, but I'm okay with it. It's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2 off the Worn Power Stone. Now, our opponent does have Urborg out on the battlefield. One thing that we do have in the deck is Karma. Pretty cool. So if we can draw into that, we can get that down, maybe get some good damage going. Do we want to push in for 1? No, I think we're going to go and pass the turn. I like leaving out Mother of Runes as a way to kind of protect Darien. We are looking at 2 soldier tokens a turn. And if things get a little bit crazy with that Bitter Blossom out there, we can go for Oblivion Ring if we want to. But with the Memorial on the battlefield, I like it. And then Toxic Deluge for 3. Yep, it's going to get it. We can still recast Darien, though. So it's not the end of the world. Let's get that popped up. We still have a Catcher the True to get down, too, which is not that bad. That is fine. Toxic Deluge. Sorry, Mother of Runes. Do we want to go for the Hero of Bladehold? That'd be some good pressure. Can't get down Darien. We can follow it up with the Memorial next turn. If we hit the land drop. I like that. Let's go Hero of Bladehold. It's going to be 1, 2. Double white, and then tap the Worn Power Stone down for 2. get on the Hero Blade Hold. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn, kick it over there. But yes, welcome to Darien. If you haven't seen Darien before, now Darien, it says whenever you're dealt damage, you may create that many 1/1 white soldier tokens. It doesn't matter where that damage comes from. So if it comes from our opponent, that's going to be some good white soldier tokens onto the battlefield. We can use stuff like Ancient Tomb, deals 2 damage to you. This is a mono white deck, but we have a ton of non-basics in here, strictly for the sole purpose of dealing damage to ourselves, to make sure that we get some good soldier tokens on the battlefield. And it's kind of a bummer. It used to be kind of these dwarfy looking soldiers, not dorky, but dwarfy. There's some dwarf-looking soldier tokens that really matched Darien and look really good. And they kind of changed them recently, which is kind of a bummer, but that happens. Okay, so we draw 2. We do hit the land for the turn. Let's go and get the plains down. Now, that will put us online for a Kheldor next turn. Yeah, let's go and push in. I think I like that. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go and push in with Hero Blade Hold. Make sure we stack the triggers correctly, because we don't want to put on the battlefield. Whenever this creature attacks each other, yeah, we need to put the Hero Blade Hold trigger. There we go. Put the soldier token on the stack second, and then get the +1/+0. All right, swinging in for this, going to be 5/7 coming across on our opponent. And then luckily, with a Bitter Blossom out there, they're going to be losing 1 life a turn, so that's going to be slowly kind of working in our favor. You know, slowly chipping away at our opponent's life total. Let's go and go for Kheldor the True. Yeah, I think I like that. It's going to be 1/2. Let's go for white. And then pay for 1 more. And that still puts us on Oblivion Ring on Bitter Blossom. I think, yeah, let's go and do that. I think I like that. It leaves, like, not a blocker. None of our creatures have, because off the Memorial, they're not going to, no, they will have Trample, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll hold on to Oblivion Ring. That's okay. I forget that one of the important things of recording or doing commentary or anything is when you get the Memorial, make sure you read it, because you always forget one of the keywords. So Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Haste, Protection from Black and Red. So we don't really have to go for an Oblivion Ring on the Bitter Blossom. We kind of use it to our advantage, or just kind of hold on to it, and then get the Memorial down. Then start swinging at our opponents. That'll be a good Kheldor coming in off that, and then we'll kind of push past the Baleful Strix too, because that will be a black creature card on that one. Interesting build from our opponent for sure. With Tana and Silas, you don't really see those 2 partner combinations. So I guess that's kind of cool, thinking that they did, ooh, go for the throat. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's going to get it. It's going to keep us from swinging in, though. Hopefully with the land drop, that's going to put us online for Darien. And then kind of get in the spots where we can almost kind of hold on to the Memorial and kind of slow roll it, and then get it down when you need to go for an alpha swing or something like that. Ooh, Springjack Shepherd. Okay, now I'm kind of tempted to go for the Oblivion Ring on something like the Crow Mox to kind of cut him off some mana. That'll be 1 more devotion for Springjack Shepherd. It'll turn Kheldor online. Or we can simply just kind of make some Cat Soldier tokens if we want to push in. It will have Indestructible and Double Strike. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll be 7 total mana. Basically, it's going to be 1 Kheldor activation, which is not going to be enough. Let's go and do this. Let's go for Oblivion Ring. It's going to be 1, 2. Tap for white. Let's go and take care of that Chrome Mox. Yeah, take care of the Chrome Mox. Then we can follow it up with Springjack Shepherd. That's going to be 1, 2 off the Ancient Tomb. And that way we get that down. That's going to be a 1, 2 body. We're going to get 2 more creatures down. Excuse me, 3 more goat tokens. And that does turn online Kheldor. There, I like that a lot. It's going to push in 3/6 Double Strike. More than likely, we'll see the Fairy Rogue get the block on this one. But the main thing is, with that Oblivion, we cut him off that Chrome Mox, so it's pretty good. All right, take care of the that token. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll be online for Memorial next turn if we start swinging in. The only thing is we don't have a bonus for the our goats out there. The little 0/1s. You kind of have to have a little bit of a some sort of power toughness bonus to go for that. But getting a bunch of goat tokens is always on the balance. It's always a lot of fun. And in fact, if you enjoy Springjack Shepherd like I do, I love goats. Goats are pretty cool. Whenever I see a new goat token, especially they did the goat token for Unstable, I was like, yes, I love it. I don't know. I love goats. And in fact, I have a modern goat deck on MTGO Traders, so if you want to check it out, head over to their playlist section. That's pretty cool. But our opponent's going to scoop it up. They didn't get a lot going, and probably some of that was us taking their Chrome Mox with the Oblivion Ring. So let's kind of do a little bit of what we're going to do next turn. Let's say we go for the Memorial. We get that down for 7 mana. That will turn online Kheldor for swinging in. We'll be able to swing the Springjack Shepherd. So it's going to be double strike. It's going to be 6, 7, and then 8 coming across, which will put our opponent down to 6. And pretty much, you know, once we get the Memorial down, even if they had something to get out there, with that protection from black and red, that's really going to allow us to kind of push in the following turn and kind of take care from there. Let's see what our next card was. Get the dunes down, and then Well of Lost Stream. So, but hey, that's a good little Darien video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to the Mimeoplasm, everybody's favorite 1960s horror monster. As far as the opening hand goes, this is absolutely beautiful. I love it. We have Animate Dead in the hand. We have Life from the Loam for some good dredge options. We do have a fetch land, so we can at least grab something back with Life from the Loam. And then we do have a Reanimator target. Fortunately, it's in our hand, but hopefully we can find some way to kind of get into the bin. And our opponent is playing the Dragon, so it should be making for a fun matchup. See if they want to mulligan past 6 or not. Okay, and our opponent's going to keep on 5. So let's go and get the Misty Rainforest down. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing the Mimeoplasm. As Mimeoplasm enters the battlefield, you may exile 2 creature cards from your graveyards. If you do, it enters the battlefield as a copy of one of those cards, and with additional +1 counters equal to the power of the other card. The main thing to note with Mimeoplasm, it says from graveyard. So counts for our graveyard and our opponent's graveyard. Play against the Dragon. As long as it's in the command zone on the battlefield, actually, I'll cover it. Ooh. Oh, dang it, I meant to crack. Oh, well, we can still go for it. Let's go to crack the Misty. I meant to do that on our opponent's turn, but it's not really going to matter. Well, we could have grabbed a non-shockable source, but we'll just grab one of our dual lands right now. Let's go and grab the Bayou. I accidentally hit the F6 button. Sometimes that happens. Let's go and go for Life from the Loam on Misty. That's going to be green and then nothing. Doesn't really matter what color. Life from the Loam, get that going. And we can get the good dredge option going, and then we'll be good to go. Get the horror monster going. Well, actually, you could kind of almost say that the Dragon's a horror monster. But anyway, we're playing against the Dragon. As long as it is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, flying. Then whenever 1 or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards. Then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Get that popped over there, and then we'll be good to go. So we're actually pretty good as far as the Mimeoplasm goes. This is exactly what you want in an opening hand. We do have our 1 spot removal in here. We're running really tight as far as graveyard stuff goes, so I'm not really running a whole lot of removal in here, so it's always nice to kind of see it. Let's go and dredge Life from the Loam. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and go for Life from the Loam again. Let's grab that Temple of Deceit and grab that Tropical Island. It's going to be green and then Dark Slick Shores. Let's go ahead and get that Temple of Deceit down. That way we can get the Scry going. Hopefully maybe we can grab something else, a little bit Reanimator going. Let's get that down. Get the Scurry going. Get the Fever, the Insanity. It's just silly. Anyway, I get Scurry from my Theros pre-release opponent, if you're wondering where that came from. But we'll get the Scry going and see what's on top, and then we'll go from there. Invisible Stalker. Okay, so Invisible Stalker is going to be on top. We can dredge Life from the Loam, and that's going to hit the bin. I think I'm okay with that. Let's go and put that on top of the library. It's going to be at least a good target for us to go for with the Mimeoplasm. Let's say that we do kind of get another counters going, or at least some other sort of big creature in the graveyard. That's going to be perfect for us to get down with Mimeoplasm and then start swinging in at our opponent. And then we'll kick it over to our opponent. But yeah, getting Life from the Loam going, it's always really nice. And then also, wanted to give a happy birthday shout out to Jolt. You requested Mimeoplasm for your birthday, so I wanted to give you a happy shout out. Happy birthday shout out. And I wanted to say thank you for being a long-time commenter. You've commented for a long time now, so I just want to say thanks. It's always nice. I always like to interact with people in the comments. It's kind of where I like, let's say that you belong to a local play group or at least a local gaming store. I do have a local gaming store. I just don't go to it that much because if I'm playing Magic, it's usually at the house or I'm recording. So if I ever do get out, I'll give a shout out to Common Ground Games. It's a really nice store, love it. But yeah, so that's kind of like my little local gaming store. But for the most part, I don't really have a play group. So my play group is people I get to interact with the comments. So happy birthday to Jolt. Been around for a while. Stick around. Have some fun. But yeah, so we have Life from the Loam in the bin. We're going to be able to dredge that, get Invisible Stalker going. We also still have Grapple of the Past, so we're looking at dredging for 3, getting that into the graveyard, and then we're at least looking at about another 6 next turn. So maybe we might end up going for an Animate Dead on something. Let's go and dredge out Life from the Loam, and then Invisible Stalker in Life's Finale. All right, let's go ahead and get the Misty down. And I think, yeah, let's go and crack the Misty. And I like going for Life from the Loam and then still going for Grapple with the Past to kind of get some good stuff going. Put the top 3 cards in your library, and then we'll return another land card to the hand. We also get into spots where if we do go for Life from the Loam, let's go and grab that Underground Sea. Go Life from the Loam on Misty. If we get enough lands going, oh, excuse me, I didn't tap out for a green source. We won't have a green source for Grapple with the Past. Sorry about that. We'll go and pass the turn. So we'll do that next turn. and then we can start going from there. But what I was trying to say is that once we get enough lands going, let's say that we do have the Leviathan in our hand. We want Leviathan in the graveyard so we can bring it out for cheap. One of the things that you can do with Life from the Loam is once you get enough lands going, you bring those 3 lands back to your hand. We're keeping our hand full of lands every single time, but you get into spots where you're going to have to discard down to hand size. It's a perfect way for you to discard a card into the graveyard. That's what makes Life from the Loam so absolutely good in any sort of graveyard style deck. I mean, it just you're making your land drops and you're getting lands back, and it's just you can also fill it up to discard stuff in the bin if you need to go for that. Really good card. Love it. Okay, opponent kicks it back over. Looks like they're having a little bit of mana troubles, which is kind of a bummer. Let's go and Dredge Life from the Loam. Go Gary Grave Troll and then Death Shadow. Okay, so we do have, in fact, we may go ahead and jam it now. Let's go to get the Tropical Island down. Let's go ahead and go for Mimeoplasm. It's going to be green, black, and then blue, then colorless. Go for the Mimeoplasm. It's going to be perfect. Invisible Stalkers of 1/1, and then the counter from Death Shadow is going to make it a nice 13 invisible. We'll be able to swing in, start putting some pressure on our opponent. Kind of basically makes our opponent really kind of sit on some sort of, target player sacrifices a creature style. Let's go ahead and make a copy of Invisible Stalker. And then we're going to get the counters equal to the Death Shadow. All right, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, usually when I play Mimeoplasm, I love to go for a really fun combination. But, all right, opponent's going to scoop it up. I kind of felt that was going to be enough for that. But the way they were kind of slow rolling. But, yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Marath Hydras. Hope you're excited. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, we only got 1 white source. Let's go and mulligan on this one. I have a little bit more ramp in the hand. Oh, wonderful. Love it. Sylvan Library, double lands, and then Gruul Charm. Yes, we will keep on this one. Get the graveyard popped up. Champion of Lambhold. Do we want that at this point right now? Yeah, I'd like to. We need to get a head up Karlov, and that's going to be getting some mana on the battlefield. So I'm going to put that on the bottom for right now. That would be nice, but if we had a few more like Primordial Hydra or something like that, we'd maybe go for it, but I'm okay with this. Let's go and get the Catacombs down. Then anything else, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. We're playing Marath, Will of the Wild. Marath enters the battlefield with a number of +1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. X, remove X +1 counters from Marath. Choose 1. Put X +1. Oops, meant to go for the Catacombs crack, but I was reading. I'm just going to get the Bloodstain. We're just going to grab two duels off that real quick, and then we'll get down the Sylvan Library. Go and grab the, we have green in the hand, so let's go and grab a green-white source. Let's go and grab the Savannah. Let's grab a red source off the Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Taiga. And let's go and go for Sylvan Library. There we go. Get down the Sylvan Library. And then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. All right, now as far as Marath goes, put X +1 counters on target creature. X can't be 0. Marath deals X damage target creature player. X can't be 0. Create an X green elemental creature token. Once again, X cannot be 0. Playing against Karlov of the Ghost Council. Whenever you gain life, put 2 +1 counters on Karlov. Then for 2 mana, remove 6 +1 counters from Karlov. Exile target creature. So we need to get Karlov off the battlefield. That's going to be the main thing that we need to do right now, because Karlov is pretty gnarly deck to play against in 1 versus 1 commander. Drawn to Temple of Abandon. It's going to use Sylvan Library's ability. Yeah, and I guess at this point we're going to be pretty aggressive. So we're going to go and pay 4 life. We need to find some removal for Karlov. That is going to be pretty crucial. Do we need to get down Marath at this point right now? Yeah, let's go and go for that. We could go for the Scribe, but I like getting on Marath. We're going to go for that. It's going to be white, red, and then green. Opponent's going to gain some life and get some extra counters on Marath, but not on Marath, on Karlov, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So they're 2 counters away from actually going for the remove 6 counters off there. But luckily, we can still go for Marath, get a few tokens onto the battlefield, and hopefully kind of stop Karlov from swinging in, and then we go for the Temple of Abandon. But welcome to Marath. Hope you're excited, and happy birthday to Ian. Ian originally requested this deck for his birthday, but I did not have enough time between the holidays to do an official deck release, so I pushed it back to Friday. That way I had a little bit more time, and I wanted to build a cool deck. So I hadn't built Marath before, and it's always been an interesting commander for me. I've always wanted to build it, because I'm not a huge Naya person, but I love creatures that have some really interesting abilities to it, and having different modal spells. So having the different abilities to kind of play around with Marath is kind of fun. And plus, I love Hydras, so ended up going with the Hydra deck. So pretty cool. All right, opponent's going to get down Mother of Runes. I'll kind of cover some of the Hydras that we got going on here in a second. Opponent's going to exile target creature Marath. That's fine. You got it. And then it's going to be a 2/2 body. So let's see what we draw into. Breon, WrestleMania. Yes, we're going to use Silver Library's ability. Signet, let's go and put Breon back on top of the library. And then we'll go ahead and put the Signet back too. I think we're okay with that. Pay 4. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pay 4 to keep that in the hand. All right. And then we're looking at a shock. Do we want to put the Temple of Abandon? So we're looking at Hooded Hydra for 2. Whenever it dies from Karlov or something like that. Let's go and shock in the Sacred Foundry. Yeah, let's do that. Let's shock in the Sacred Foundry. Let's go and go for the Signet. That's going to be 1, 2. And then we can go ahead and get the Signet down and get down the Hooded Hydra for 1. It's not going to be the best, but we'll get another Snake token for it. Get the green going. 1, 2. It's going to give us something to do against Karlov. They're going to gain it another life off that, puts it at 4/4, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So we still have the Breon WrestleMania on top of the library. We'll be drawing into that. Other than that, if we can get down the Hydra, we can put that many +1 counters on this. It's going to be a little hard for us to kind of outrace Karlov and getting those counters with Soul Warden out there. It's always a little bit brutal, but we're going to try our best. Super Exile, target permanent. All right, that's going to be 6 coming across. It's actually going to be lethal if our opponent swings out, so hey, good game to our opponent. Yeah, that's one of the downsides, too. I'm not really sure why they didn't swing it with Mother of Runes. That would have been 6 damage. So, well, excuse me, they're just swinging it for lethal with 5. So, I'm going to give that to our opponent. But yeah, you can see where getting down Soul Warden with Karlov is always just pretty gnarly. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Vona, Conquistador de los Muertos. Hope you're excited for some black-white control. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. Concealed Courtyard Plains. I'd like to have a little bit of card draw, but we will keep that. We're on the draw, too, so hopefully we'll hit a land, maybe a little bit of card draw, and then be able to get down Thran Dynamo, and then have some fun from there. But yes, welcome to Vona. It's been a while since I played Vona, so I'm really excited. And then we'll cover our commanders in just a second. So we'll probably see what we draw into. Maybe lead off with the Concealed Courtyard, and then we will go from there. Draw into Shrine. Okay, not that bad of a draw. Going to get down the Concealed Courtyard. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Vona, Butcher of Magan, Vigilance and Lifelink. Tap, pay 7 life, destroy target non-land permanent, activate this ability only during your turn. Playing against Prossh, Skyraider of Kher. Flying, whenever you cast Prossh, create X01 Kobold creature tokens, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Prossh, and then sack a creature. Prossh gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Drawn to Tainted Remedy. Let's go ahead and get the plains down. Anything else, we'll pass the turn. We do have Shrine, so hopefully we hit the land drop. We'll be online for Thran Dynamo, and we'll be able to get this going. Good thing is we'll have Path to kind of take care of Prossh for a second. Anything else? But yeah, outside of that, cover both commanders. Free time, we can talk about whatever we want, and that's going to be about the deck. So let's say you have not seen Vona before. What are we doing with Vona? This is a black-white control deck. We also have a pretty heavy a life theme in here. It's kind of like what you would call a suicide deck. I don't use that word a lot just because I'm not really sure how the YouTube algorithms go, but basically it's kind of what it is. We're going to be using our life total as a resource for sure. Let's go and get the Shrine down, and yeah, we're going to get down Pearl Medallion. If we hit the land drop next turn, that puts us online for Vona, or we can simply just get down Odric if we don't hit the land drop. It gives us something to kind of work towards, and then we'll kick it back over there. But yeah, so it's mainly black-white control. We have a ton of stuff to hopefully kind of keep our opponent's permanents off the battlefield. And outside of that, once we're using Vona's ability to go for that pay 7 life, destroy target permanent, there's some other fun cards in here. We have stuff like Mirror Universe. We get to exchange life totals with the opponent during the upkeep. Axis of Mortality, same sort of concept. And then just a whole bunch of ways to kind of gain life. Destroy target land. Deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. All right, fine, man. Tap for white in response. Represent path, but poison the well. But if it's the way this is going to go, oh no. If this is land destruction in Prossh, we may not be able to get out from underneath this one, especially with us being so light on lands, but we're going to give it a shot. And then we draw into Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Then we're going to go and pass the turn. Don't have a lane to make for the turn, and we're sitting at Shrine, so we're completely cut off on black mana. Hopefully, we get some good stuff going. But yeah, so outside of the different life gain stuff that we can manipulate, we do have the control aspect in here. We're also running a pretty good set of Planeswalkers in. We have Kaya, Ghost Assassin, Kaya. Always go back and forth on that in the same video, and it drives me nuts. Probably drives you nuts too as the viewer. I do apologize. We're also running Omnixilis in here. It's like I'll say it like 3 or 4 different ways, and then yeah, drawn Diabolic Tutor. Really far away from double black, so we're just going to go and get rid of Diabolic Tutor. Go and kick it back over there. But yeah, so we're running that in there. We also have Obsidat, which would kind of have some good fun life totals. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh yeah, we do have a little bit of a kind of like a taxing aspect to it. We have Aven Mind Sensor in here. That way, if our opponent's running any fetch lands or tutors, we can get that down. We also have Cabal. All right, opponent's going to get down Prossh, get those 0/1 Kobold tokens onto the battlefield. 6 of those. They're going to be able to swing in at least for 11 next turn if they want to sack them out and kind of go from there. But let's see what we draw into. We do have Entrapment Maneuver. So if our opponent does swing in with Prossh, Jet Medallion, okay. Yeah. Getting all the medallions. Like to get some lands, but at least we're getting a little bit of a reduced cost, or pseudo making our land drop in a way. At least we're kind of, we hit a black source. We're online for Vona once we get down the different medallions. So we can go for that. And if our opponent swings in for Prossh and gets a really big, sacks out a bunch of creatures, we can go for the Entrapment Maneuver and get a bunch of soldier tokens. So it's not over yet, but it's not looking good. But we'll see. But as far as Rivals of Exilon, some new cards came out. Really excited about that. Some of these I'm going to add to the deck. Opponent's going to be swinging in for 5. There's Profane Procession, which is the legendary enchantment, which is really cool because whenever Wizards made these legendary enchantments that turn into lands, you know, usually like Wizards, they really haven't really done that much land stuff for a long time, and the fact that they kind of did these flip lands with lands, I don't know, it was really cool. I was really excited to see a lot of that stuff. But with the Profane Procession, for 5 mana, 3 colorless, white and a black, exile target creature, then if there are 3 more cards exiled with Profane Procession, transform it. So, and it's going to flip into a Tomb of the Duskroad, which is really cool. Add mana to your mana pool, and then for 4 mana, put a creature card exiled with this permanent onto the battlefield under your control. So, pretty cool. I'm really excited about that card. I love the Church of Athreos. It's definitely going to go in there. And in fact, if you look at the art on Profane Procession, that is the Church of Athreos. It's pretty much what our church services look like. And then the Tomb of the Duskroad, that's exactly what our church looks like after Blood Artist gets done. So, it's an empty church. It's a lot of fun. All right, opponent swinging in. Let's see if we hit a land for the turn. Charcoal Diamond. Well, it's something. Let's get down Charcoal Diamond. Get that down, and then at least that puts us in enough mana for the Entrapment Maneuver to get some good, get some stuff going. That's what we need to do, and we're okay on the clock too. All right, but yeah, the Profane Procession. As soon as I saw it, and I saw all those cloaks, and they're all holding different little incense burners, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the Church of Athreos right there. So I was really excited about that. Outside of that, there's another really cool, like as far as control stuff in Commander. There's Vona's Hunger. If you have, it has a sin. You know, if you have a sin, the City's Blessing for 10 or more permanents. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you have the City's Blessing, instead, each opponent sacrifices half the creatures he or she controls rounded up. So the good thing about that is you have stuff like, Molten Rain on our plains. Oh, our opponent has no. Just going to town on us. Okay, fine. Swinging in with Prossh, but yeah, it's going to be Prossh land destruction. That's what it looks like. But hey, that's magic. That happens sometimes. All right, swinging in for 5. It's going to put us down to 14. Not 14, excuse me, 16, unless they sack some other creatures. But yeah, so there's other things that makes target opponent sacrifice a creature. The fact that you have 3 mana, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Yeah, I love that card. I don't play a lot of multiplayer, but it's definitely something I'd get included into a lot of my decks. We draw into a swamp. Okay, pretty much exactly what we did not want, because we want to get down Entrapment Maneuver. We don't have white. We don't have any devotion to white either. Thran Dynamo, we're not going to be able to get that down. That's 3 mana. I guess we go for Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, I guess so. Let's go and do that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Get on Sword of Fire and Ice, and then we'll go on and pass the turn. Opponent's sitting at 5 cards in the hand, so we'll see if they're going to keep going for that. Golgari Rot Farm. But land destruction is part of Commander sometimes. The fun thing about land destruction is if you can get past it and you win, it's one of the sweetest wins you can get. Oyster's really good to get that, so that's why I always kind of play out these land destruction matches. Worst case scenario, our opponent wins, and then it just turns into a just a little side note, more of a commentary video because we don't really have much to do. But yeah, so that Vona's Hunger, I'm really excited about Vona's Hunger. I'm going to get that updated across some of my decks. Now, really cool card, Ravenous Chupacabra. Really cool. 2 mana, double black. Enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. It's basically, you're just going to replace Necrotl. It does not have the, there's no restrictions on it. You just kind of do whatever you want. Destroy target creature. You know, you have Shriek Maw, which you can evoke for 2, but it's going to destroy target non-artifact. Oh, opponent gets enough commander damage. There we go. But anyway, yeah. So with Ravenous Chupacabra, destroy target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't really matter what's out there. And then it gets rid of that restriction. So that's pretty much going to be a really good card for Commander. But our opponent closes it out. They got some commander damage going really close to Entrapment Maneuver, but couldn't get the lands on the battlefield. That happens sometimes. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.